Hello, everyone. I'm Tiffany Young, and I'm here at the LA Art Show, and I'm here with Brooke, Lacey. Hello. I'm good. We're at the NFT booth.
Yep.
And you were telling me a bit about your story about how you got into this space. Tell us about how you started.
So I've been in technology since like the early 90s. So I went to college. I wanted everything to do with computers. Like, give me all of the coding. I didn't realize how difficult it was until like 3 years in, where I was like, this machine code is very difficult. So kind of took a turn, went a different direction. And then, the last couple of years, just sort of watching this intersection of art and technology, and kind of looking at how art is making technology cool again. Like, I've always thought it was cool. I have a motherboard tattooed to my neck, so I've always obviously been very, interested in technology, but wanted everybody else to be, and not be afraid of it, understand the good it can do in the world. And so I've actually been investing in crypto for a very long time. So in 2011, we built a Bitcoin mining computer. Really just as an experiment. Not many people still have Bitcoin from back then. Good for them if they do, but it was all very experimental. So years later, when it started to pick up steam again, we were like, okay, this is cool. And so I started educating people about it. I'm really, really bullish on teaching women about financial literacy and crypto literacy, and understanding, the market and what it can do for you. So in 2020, I decided to start a TikTok account. I thought it was fun. I was bored, and just did some funny stuff, and then realized, ooh, this is a great educational platform to really get the information out there. I would talk about mental health, and then was like, okay, everyone's now kind of getting into this technology mode. They're like, what is this NFT stuff? Like, what is this crypto stuff? And so I would do these educational videos, some of them getting 500,000 views, on me sitting talking about blockchain. Like,
That's amazing.
it wasn't dancing or doing trends or any of that stuff. It was just me as a Gen X, single mom sitting in her office at home talking about blockchain and crypto. So now I have like 300,000 followers, some ridiculous amount. There's 15 million video views just on the hashtag Brooks Laugh.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Where did that come from? Or where did that come from?
So if you watch TikToks, those like duets where people kind of just react to other people's funny videos. I just have a really infectious laugh that people like. So I was doing those, and then I was doing some like ogling shirtless lumberjacks, and it was just really funny. Hook them in, and then every third video I can be like, now let me tell you about blockchain and what it can do for your life, and why you should care about Bitcoin. And now with NFTs, it's still very early, and it's still, like you were saying, it's very new. So it is up to us, those that can teach need to. When we have the capability to, or the capacity to, then we have the responsibility to. So now I'm really big in the audio apps like Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces. Now Twitter's a big thing. Just kind of like always watching, having the finger on the pulse of the social media like conversations, what's trending. Now I'm really involved with other blockchains that can build, you can use to build NFT projects on. So really it's a matter of educating so that people can be successful, because that makes all of us successful, because this is a way to build wealth in a totally different way than we ever have been before. So but then there's the women developer thing. I know that's what you're getting to next. So as a technologist, as a computer coder, this is all, the art isn't possible without the technology. Like, this whole thing is not possible without the computer code. So for so long, people say it's a man's world. It's true. But I think now it's just that the percentage of men who are doing the developing is really, really high. I was in Miami for DecentralCon and Art Basel, and DecentralCon, there was just no women. And it isn't that they're being excluded, it's that I feel like there's not enough information, that, because we as women, we want to like know all the things before we jump in and like get started. Well, I've known, I'll just jump in. But I think that that's that's kind of how this works, is that we need to like sort of nurture that ability for like women web developers, women that have like full stack development, to just move into the NFT space, because there's so much need for it. And when we talk about scarcity, we talk about wealth. You can really build wealth when you have a skill that's scarce, when it's really, really desired. So I really, really want to really push that narrative forward, find women developers that want to do this, and have these really, truly woman-run teams on these projects.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. Well, first of all, it's amazing that you're a woman in this space and you're empowering and teaching other women how to do what you're doing. And I love that you became a TikTok star during a pandemic. And I can't wait to look up your laugh, hashtag Brooke's Laugh.
There's even a Parents Magazine article that I actually, what is it called, a byline? Like I wrote it. They hired me to write my own story. It was very strange because I don't really do that. That's not. So they're like, hey, can you write this? It's called I'm a Mom and a Viral TikTok Star. And it's funny to me because you don't wake up one day at age 44 like, I think I'm going to be a TikTok influencer. Like, that's not how it works. Like, I was bored in my house. It was, quarantine, the beginning of quarantine. And I was like, I think I'll do this, and then it blows up and you're like, okay, people are paying attention, But yeah, then it got a little bit of attention.
Right.
And I was like flown different places to like meet up with people, and I'm like, what is my life? Seriously, my 17-year-old isn't even on TikTok. Like, what is this? He thinks it's the best thing ever. He's like, you're so cool. Which I think a lot of kids are, if their parents are on TikTok, they're like, like, what is happening here? But he's cool with it. But yeah, that article is funny because you just talk about like you can have an audience, you can have a captive fan base at any age doing what you love to do, which for me is teaching people and like helping them grow, Like all I want is for women to have control of their own finances and having control of their own world, I think there's a lot of women out there, and maybe men too, but in difficult maybe relationships where they don't have the ability to get out of that situation. So I kind of put together a couple of programs where I just want to teach women how to invest in crypto and how to understand what to do with that, because I think that's the part of it is like, okay, great, Brooke, you told me to put my money in this. Now what do I do with it to better my life and better my children, provide generational wealth or build generational wealth. So there's a lot to it.
Yeah. I feel like I could talk to you all day because I will definitely be. I'm one of those. I'm like, all right, now what do I do? I will find your information. Totally. What's your handle on TikTok?
Yeah. So I'm Brooke J. Lacey across the board. So Brooke with an E, J Lacey, and every platform. Awesome. So I'm really, really big in the audio space right now, like Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. Yeah. That's kind of how this all happened for me. But I tell people that like social media can be such a great tool, and it can be very destructive as well. Yeah. So I look at that in every sense with technology is always look at the good. What is good about it? What are you doing that, how are you utilizing that it's a positive? Because it can always have a negative. Crypto can be negative. All of these things that we're doing right now can have a negative aspect to it. But if you're always looking at what you can use it for, then you're going to be golden.
Yeah. Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing and telling us about you, and we'll be sure to check it out and keep connected.
Roll some of that in the film.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure will. We'll find that footage.
Okay,
All right. Thank you so much.